5-pin? You got a 5-pin? Yeah. You got one. You guys do it. Oh, you're going to press record? Yeah, but we both have the same shot.
Good afternoon and welcome once again to the second day of our GSHL 3A 4A District Track Meet here at McKenzie Stadium. I want to say thank you to all of our athletes, families, and friends for coming out to support us today. At this time, we have first call women.
EPS Sports, and welcome to Day 2 coverage of the Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships. We are live at McKenzie Stadium for another day of track and field coverage. Rodney Lawrence will be joining us shortly. We'll be welcoming folks who won events yesterday and today up into the winner's circle in just a little bit here. A lot warmer than it was yesterday, and it was quite breezy and a little cool up here in the stands, but it is nice and warm today. We'll have to wait and see how the increasing temperatures affect the races today, but we've got, how many events do we have today? A lot. I'm losing count. I think there's 20 different running events today. A lot of the field events already completed, although I do see folks down at the high jump pit on my right side of the field, and the pole vault pit over here to the left. Our field events are spread out all over the place. Shot put is taking place over in a field behind Evergreen High School. So it's just really hard technically to get decent coverage of our field events, but we'll invite our field event winners into the winner's circle for interviews later in our broadcast. Our first event kicks off at 4 o'clock. That's the 3A girls 3,200 meter race, and we will bring that to you live in just a couple of minutes. So I'm going to step aside, and we'll be underway in just a couple of minutes. Meet time is about 3:52. We're about 8 minutes away from our first event. We're going to do 2 sections of the girls' 3,200 meter run in 3A and 4A. As we did yesterday, right before the race, we'll give you either lane assignments or the participants and let you know. Not as breezy as it was yesterday, but I think I was talking with Rodney yesterday. All of our athletes, but particularly our distance folks, haven't had to spend much time, if any, training in the heat and the sunshine. So we'll see how everything affects them. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with our first race, about 7 minutes away. Well, there you have it. They must have a slightly different race clock than I do, but we are already underway for our girls 3A 3,200 meter run. Let's go ahead and take a look at the entrance while I give you the rundown of where we're at. It's Claire Rogge from Evergreen, Zoe Jensen from Prairie, Skylar Dops from Mountain View, Morgan Gedry from Mountain View, Willow Branch Flower from Prairie, Mia Hasselblad from Prairie, Carla Calleja Avalos from Mountain View, Delia Austin from Prairie, Naomi Carluccio from Mountain View, Valerie Salcedo from Evergreen, Elizabeth Abdeyeva from Evergreen, Signe Woldike from Prairie, and Kira Fassold from Kelso. Back out on the race course, you are going to see Claire Rogge from Evergreen and Zoe Jensen from Prairie out front. I'm gonna get into my athletic.net account here in just a second, but if memory serves me correctly, Claire Rogge is several-time district champion in this event. So this is different depending on what state you're in. Some states like Oregon will run the 3,000 meters, which is 7.5 laps, and then some states like Washington here will run the 3,200, which is a metric 2 mile. So this will be 8 times around the track. Claire Rogge with a seed time of 12:33, and Zoe Jensen there from Prairie in second with a seed time of 12:45, well ahead of our third place seed time. And I believe that is Skylar Dops from Mountain View in third place. Nice steady pace for Claire Rogge and Zoe Jensen. Heading into the home stretch there when they cross the start/finish line. They'll have 5 laps remaining. Took me a second there to get the results, and I am just about there. So last year, Claire won this race with a time of 12:23.28, about 10 seconds faster than her seed time this year. Zoe Jensen placed 4th. And she has improved vastly from her 4th place finish last year. again with a seat time of about 12:45. And that's the second pack there. I believe that's Skylar Dops, Morgan Gedry, and Willow Branch Flower, I believe, leading up that second pack, about 100 meters back. Claire is a junior this year. What I noticed about her running style last year is she's just a very steady pace. So halfway through, in about 6:16, they're on pace to run about 12:36 if they run even, which is a challenge to do sometimes. Raggi perhaps running some negative splits here. I don't have a stopwatch on this, but she's opened up about a 5 or 6 meter lead on Zoe Jensen from Prairie. And it is getting warm compared to yesterday. We're hitting about 79 degrees today, which is about our forecast high for here in Vancouver. Little breezy, but not as strong a winds as we had yesterday. 3 to go for our leaders. So this is 2 more for Claire Raggi, opening up about a 30-meter lead against second place Zoe Jensen. You can hear classmates and family and friends cheering them both on. 2 laps remaining. This is really the race strategy that Claire employed last year when she won this event. Just steady, relentless pacing, and then just picking it up just ever so slightly in this last mile. And here comes the bell lap. Looks like this will be our first league champion of the day. Claire Rogge, Zoe Jensen in second. And just a commanding race from Claire Rogge. About 75-meter lead. She's really picking up the pace here in this final 200. Kind of lost track of who's running in third because some runners have been lapped here. And so we'll stick with this race until we get our third place finisher across the line. But here she comes into the home stretch. Another league championship for junior Claire Rogge from Evergreen High School. And there it is. She's got her sunglasses on. Maybe not a bad idea for such a warm day. And here is Zoe Jensen from Prairie High School, about to cross the finish line for second. There she is. And I believe coming up there, yes, is someone will have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that is Willow Branch Flower from Prairie in third. It's really difficult to get the automatic timing fed up into our video switcher, so and since I don't see these athletes running all the time throughout the season, I might get some names wrong. I did yesterday a little bit, but we'll do our best to keep track of everything. I'm going to step aside for just a second and see if we can track down someone to join us in our winner's circle. Competitors there in the girls 3A 3200 fighting all the way across to the finish line. We are about to bring on let's see, we have a couple more runners on the track, maybe just one or two more.
First call, men's 3A, 300-meter hurdles. First call, men's 3A, 300-meter hurdles.
So once they cross the finish line, we'll have our timers who are here from USA Track and Field Oregon. USA Track and Field Oregon timing. Making sure we get our times accurate and accounted for. Photo finishes. We had a couple good photo finishes yesterday. Man, it was real close. So we have one more runner on the track. So it'll be a couple minutes yet. And you know what? While we're waiting, why don't we show you the entrance into the girls' 4A 3,200-meter run. And I'll tell you a little bit about why I'm so excited for this race. This is going to be a barn burner. Ella Koch from Union High School, Sarah Thompson from Union, Lauren Amato from Skyview, Sophia Rogers from Battleground, Kayla Gorshals from Union, Marilyn Green from Camas, Eva McGeechee from Camas, Elizabeth Nava from Camas, Sophia Shaddles from Camas, Neva Matson from Battleground, Brooke Stewart from Battleground, and Victoria McNutt from Camas. So I'm going to call this up here. And right now, we have in this race 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 of the top 5 runners in Washington at the 3,200-meter distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we have all Ella. Let's see, is Daphne? Nope, she's not there. Ella, Sarah, Lauren, Amanda. So we have 3. I'm correcting myself as we go. We have 3 of the top 5 runners in the state of Washington at the 4A level about to compete here. Ella Koch with the fastest seed time, 10:55.52, leading the state by about 7 seconds. Sarah Thompson, ranked 3rd in the state so far. From Union, Lauren Amato is ranked 3rd in the state right now. So this is going to be a really fast race. A lot of runners right around the same time, but expect Ella Koch from Union to really command this race. .3200 meters, 8 times around the track. We have one of our camera operators, Nathan, who said, "You couldn't pay me to run track," and I told him it paid for my college. I want to thank everybody who tuned in yesterday, and I've already gotten several texts and emails today asking where they can watch us on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel, and then and then on Comcast channel 328. And you know what? You saw everybody just run off the start line, and I believe some race officials said, hey, ladies, go wet your hair, get a drink, because this is going to be a warm run. I mean, we're approaching 80 degrees, so this is warmer weather than we've had all season long so far as we get underway. It's like a pre-race water break. And we are off. Second race of the day. Girls 4A 3,200 meter run. And as I predicted, there is, I believe, our pair of Union runners right out to the front. And I believe that's Lauren Amato from Skyview in third. And look at how fast they're going out. They are ready to race. As I mentioned, Ella Koch with the best time in the state right now by about 5 seconds over a competitor from Skyview, Daphne Evenson, who is not in this event right now. But Ella ran that time leading the state of Washington in the prestigious Nike Jesuit Twilight Relays over in Beaverton. So ever since I saw the start list for this race, I've been excited to see this one. So we are lap and a half in to our 8-lap race, the girls 4A 3,200 meter run, and that is Ella Koch and Sarah Thompson, the teammates, are running side by side from Union High School, and then they've put on a 10 or 15, maybe 20 meter lead on the chase pack, and I believe that's Lauren Amato, Sophia Rogers, and perhaps Kayla Gorshals in the second pack following. Six laps remaining. They came through at about 2:43, and so they are moving. In just a couple of minutes, we're going to welcome our first winner's circle interview of the day. Getting ready to talk to Skylar Fredrickson of Battleground High School, who won the girls 4A shot put. Our next race after this will take a couple minutes to set up, so we'll try and knock out an interview or two while we wait for the hurdle crews to get the hurdles onto the course. And you might see some of our 3,200 meter runners pass some of the hurdles. They've got them, all the way out lanes 9 through 5, and then they'll bring on the last 4 hurdles at each stage once we're done with the race here. Here they are into the home stretch, the teammates from Union High School. When they cross the start line, they will have 5 laps remaining. The crew today is Nathan Chapman, no relation, Jacob Taylor, and the video production teacher from Union High School, Jory Randall. I am Matt Griffin, directing the show in our McKenzie Stadium production studio is Wade Ferguson, and I'll be joined in just a little bit here by Rodney Lawrence. Coming into the home stretch, Ella Koch and Sarah Thompson from Union. Ella has a seed time that's, perhaps almost 30 seconds faster than her teammate, but they are running stride for stride together. So we'll see what the race strategy looks like there to the end, helping each other, pushing and pulling one another to a faster time. And then our chase pack is about 50 meters behind, but there is a race going on there too for third place right now. This is a sign of two athletes who are doing a really good job throughout the year training together, because they are really pushing one another. Three laps remaining in our girls 3A 3200. Two laps remaining, and Ella Koch and her teammate Sarah Thompson running stride for stride, although it looks like Ella's about to do what she knows how to do and just drop the pace or increase the pace for these final two laps. A lot of 3,200 meter runners, at least when I was coaching, I would tell them that the final 800 meters, 1,200 meters are really important. And if you can really start picking up the pace, especially runners like me who had absolutely no kick, I really needed to pick up the pace in the final 3 laps of a race like this in order to keep from being outkicked. But I'm not sure this is going to be much of a problem for Ella because you can see she has really picked up the pace here. Nice, even stride. We'll have to see if she can come up to the winner's circle and tell us whether the heat affected her, but she has just nice, even stride, running some negative splits. I can almost guarantee bell lap for Ella Koch and Sarah Thompson from Union High School. Back here on the home stretch, that battle for third place has winnowed down to just Lauren Amato from Skyview, I believe. Yeah, there's Lauren just entering the halfway through the curve on the final lap. And then as we look back again, Ella Koch is just entered the turn and is halfway through, and she's about to hit the straightaway. The first 4A district champion of the day, Ella Koch, coming through for Union High School. She's at 11 minutes even right now. She has run faster than that this year, but she did this by herself, or at least with the help of her teammate Sarah Thompson. Warmer today than she's had to compete in all year long. About 11:16 and change for Ella Koch. And we're going to see Sarah Thompson come in here in just a second. She's going to run 11:30 something. 11:29 and change. And I believe our third place runner is coming through soon. And that's going to be Lauren Amato from Skyview High School. So I'm going to step aside as she crosses the finish line, and we will get some of our winner circle interviews. Griffin here, EPS Sports. I always like this part of our race coverage, welcoming people into the winner's circle here. I am here with Skylar Fredrickson from Battleground High School, Battleground Tigers, who won the 4A shot put yesterday with a throw of 32 5.5 inches. What year in school are you, Skylar? I didn't ask that.
I'm a senior, actually, this year, so graduating just a couple weeks.
All right. So how did your throw stack up against your best so far?
Well, I was hoping to hit a PR and, just go off strong, but I didn't hit a PR, but I'm happy with the mark and just happy that I'm able to stay consistent for the most part. And I'm just looking forward to really working on it this next week and getting a PR at regionals. So. Okay, so what do you plan on doing next year? I'm going to the University of Washington for pre-law and poli-sci. So.
Oh, look at. She's got a big brain, too. Are you going to continue with track at University of Washington?
Well, I'm thinking about walking on, but I don't know right now. I'm kind of just finishing out the season, and I guess I'll see when I get there.
All right. So do what you want. Do what makes you happy. Good luck next year. Study hard. You've made us proud. All right, thanks. Skylar Fredrickson from Battleground High School, the winner of the girls 4A shot put. And so we're going to have Skylar step aside, and we are going to bring in, why don't you come on, Ethan, come on in here. I'm going to shuffle my notes. All right, so we are with Ethan Linnerud from Camas High School, who won 2 district championships today, the discus and the shot put. I'm getting all tangled up in my cord. Don't laugh, Jory. Tell me, how did your marks today stack up against your best?
I threw pretty far beneath my best marks from the season, but I did what it took to get the win, so I'm happy about that, but a lot more to come in the next couple weeks.
Tell me a little bit about the win today. I mean, maybe not as much of a factor in the shot put, but with the discus, you know, do you do a spin throw?
Yeah, the wind's definitely a huge factor. We had a nice right to left wind, so if you keep it flat, it's going to push it even farther, but if you get it too high up, it's just going to knock it right down.
So what are your plans for next year? You're a senior.
Yep, I'm going to attend St. Martin's University, be on the track team there.
Up in Seattle.
Yep, Olympia. Throw a disc and hammer there.
Okay. Hammer. Have you done that before? They don't offer this in high school.
No, I've been doing it the last couple of years, just like in practice and a couple meets up in Olympia too, and should get some high marks next year for that. So that's good.
Okay. Well, good luck at St. Martin's University. Good university up in the Seattle area, or Olympia. Yep. Sorry. And we will look for your marks on athletic.net.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Congratulations. So we will get ready for more Winner's Circle interviews in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to step aside as we get ready for our next race, the 3A 300-meter hurdles. I don't remember if it's the boys or the girls, but we'll tell you in just a second. Here in the Winner's Circle, they're not quite ready to set up for the 300-meter hurdles. So I am joined now by Chase McGee, Camas High School, who won the pole vault. That was today?
Yep. Oh, no,
today.
It was yesterday.
Yesterday. And it says X3. Does that mean you're a 3-time district champion?
Yep.
So you won it your freshman year, your sophomore year, and your junior year?
Yep.
Okay. Did you better your marks each year?
Yep. I think at least more than a foot each year, maybe even 2 feet each year.
I didn't have time to write my notes. What was your mark today?
15.2.
That's way up there. You going to regionals?
Yep.
What are you going to try and do there?
Just kind of make the first bar and go on to state, and then after that, just see where I go.
I asked Ethan how the wind affected, especially the discus today. Wind can really wreak havoc with the pole vault. How was it today?
It was good today. Or no, it was good yesterday, but just a good tailwind. That was it.
Okay, so yeah, yesterday markedly more windy, so it was behind you, not in front of you.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
A headwind would really set me off a little bit, but everybody else gets the same headwind, so.
15.3 today? 15.2.
15.2.
Okay, so next year, 16 even?
I hit 16 a meet ago or 2 meets ago, so hopefully next year I'll get like 17 or something.
Okay. Congratulations to Chase McGee, Camas High School, 3-time district champion in the pole vault. So we will be back out on the track in just a moment.
Put it through on the hurdles.
This will be Daniel Alvarez from Heritage in lane 1, EJ English from Evergreen in lane 2, Nolan Matheson from Mountain View in lane 3, Silas Watkins from Kelso in lane 4, Aiden Mintonnier from Kelso, Clark Scholl from Prairie in lane 6, Jonathan Klinger from Prairie in lane 7, Brandon Thomas Jr. from Kelso in lane 8, and Emmanuel Daniel from Heritage in lane 9. Fastest seed time will go to lanes 4 and 5. So this will be Silas Watkins with a really good time of 41.91. Now again, as I mentioned yesterday, I made these graphics a couple days ago. So if there are athletes who have scratched for whatever reason, we won't be able to change the graphic. So if a lane ends up empty, it's because an athlete has scratched for whatever reason. And we had one injury scratch yesterday that we noticed. And they are off, and my goodness, look at how quick Silas Watkins is out of the blocks. He's the first over two hurdles, first over 3, and that is his teammate, Aiden Mintonnier from Kelso in lane 5, who's running second right now. And actually, Aiden is up just a little bit, but here's Silas showing some experience. Might nip him at the tape. And that was Aiden Mintonnier from Kelso besting Silas Watkins from Kelso. So the teammate with the second fastest seed time ended up winning the race. Let's go ahead and show you the folks who are running the boys 4A 300-meter hurdles. So your lane assignments for the 4A boys 300-meter hurdles: Kellen Brown in lane 1, Marshall Bindewald from Union in lane 2, Cody Young from Camas in lane 3, Max Ensinger from Camas in lane 4, Calvin Hubbard from Battleground in lane 5, Caden Poston from Battleground in lane 6, Aiden Anderson from Camas in lane 7, Parker Mathis from Skyview in lane 8, and Xavier Williams from Skyview in lane 9. I saw Claire Rogge from Evergreen High School up here. She won the girls 3A 3,200-meter run. I hope she'll come back so we can bring her back into the winner's circle. She's a multi-time district champion. So the fastest seed time here in this race is Max Ensinger from Camas High School, 40.04. Calvin Hubbard close behind from Battleground with a 40.84. And then Cody Young from Camas in lane 3, 40.85. So 3 runners right around the 40-second range. So look for lanes 3, 4, and 5. And that was Calvin Hubbard from Battleground. Hit the first couple hurdles, perhaps, and a little stutter step. He was out fast early, but I think that might cost him in the long run. It takes a lot of energy to come back from a clipped hurdle. And that was Max Ensinger, the winner from Camas, and Cody Young, his teammate from Camas, in lane 3 with 2nd place. So it's going to take a minute or two for our hurdle crew to drop the hurdles down a notch or two. They come down just a little bit for the girls. And I don't see our athletes out there on the track just yet, so I'm going to step aside for just a second. They are out on the track right now, so here are the lane assignments for the girls 3A 300-meter hurdles. Michaela Nestival from Kelso in lane 1. Diamond Dutrieve from Prairie in lane 2. Julie Ogbeama from Prairie in lane 3. Avery Ness from Kelso in lane 4. Alexandra Opry from Heritage in lane 5. Evelyn Vasquez Gonzalez from Evergreen in lane 6. Abby Buck and Signe Woldike from Prairie in lane 7 and 8. And Maya Buck from Kelso in lane 9. Our fastest seed time here is going to go to Avery Ness from Kelso. A really impressive mark, 49.23, followed closely by Alexandra Opry and Julie Ogbeama. Heritage is where Alexandra is from, 53.42. Julia Ogbeama from Prairie, 53.49. So really fast mark here from Avery Ness in lane 4. So that's where you need to focus your attention. Clean start. And there she is, first to the hurdles, Avery Ness from Kelso. First into the curve, of course. Little stutter step before that third hurdle. I've had non-track athletes ask me, what's the penalty if you hit a hurdle? And it says it just hurts your time. As long as you can go over and stay in your lane, you're all good. Very commanding performance from Avery Ness, Julia Ogbeama from Prairie in second. So we will follow closely here with the 4A hurdles. So let's take a look at the lane assignments there. This is Mia Hamilton from Camas in lane 1, Audrey Joner from Battleground in lane 2, Lucy White from Camas in lane 3, Leilani Mays from Union in lane 4, and I'm just going to count out there. She might not be out there. She suffered an injury yesterday, and we were a little hesitant about saying whether or not she would run this race, so she might be out with an injury. She struck a hurdle in the 100-meter hurdles yesterday during the warm-up, yet went on to win it, but then scratched out of her next event, so I don't see her out there. Amara Harris from Camas in lane 5, Catherine Sittler from Camas in lane 6, Julia Stifler from Battleground in lane 7, Claire Clark from Battleground in lane 8, and Sarah Walsh from Union in lane 9. Now, with Leilani Mays out, yeah, it still looks like that's empty. If she has indeed scratched, the race is going to be between Amara Harris in lane 5 and her teammate Lucy White in lane 3. Of course, anybody can win it, but those are the two athletes from Camas with the best seed times. And they are off. The girls 4A 300-meter hurdles, and Leilani Mays is not in there. And so I see first over the hurdles was Amara Harris from Camas in lane 5. She's out running strong. She'll be first to hit the straightaway. This is going to be a race for second and third. It's kind of hard to call it without Rodney here. Amara Harris, and that is her teammate Lucy White in lane 3. Okay, so that is going to be Amara Harris, Catherine Sittler from Camas in second, and Lucy White from Camas in third. So they're going to get the hurdles off the track. So I'm going to step away and get ready for our next Winner's Circle interview. Matt Griffin, EPS Sports, back here in the Winner's Circle. Stephanie Edwards, Camas High School, winner of the javelin. That event was yesterday, right? Okay, how did it stack up against your best mark?
I threw 6 feet farther. Yeah.
Even in all the wind. What was the wind like? It was a lot windier yesterday.
It was honestly not that bad when I was throwing, but when I was warming up, I definitely noticed some wind. So.
Okay, so you're heading to regionals. You threw 6 feet over your best yesterday. What do you want to do at regionals?
I want to throw over 120 and just PR again and try to make it to state.
Okay, so over 120 in the girls' javelin is way out there. So, and you're only a junior. Did you win this last year? How'd you fare last year?
I got second place last year, but it's definitely more competitive this year. So I had more things pushing me, and I've been working a lot harder than I was last year. So.
Okay, Stephanie Edwards, Camas High School, a junior who just won the girls 4A javelin yesterday. Good luck at regionals.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to get ready to get somebody else into the winner's circle in just a minute. And that's how quickly things go in this track meet. So I missed your lane assignments here, but this is the boys' 3A 800-meter run. Your fastest time is Jake Beck from, Aiden Walker from Prairie, 201.89. Two times around. They run in their lanes for the first 100 meters, and then they can break to the inside. Anything sub 2 minutes in high school is like a big psychological barrier that once boys can break it. They're running at about a 2:01 pace right now. And that's 3 Prairie runners out front. I believe that's Aiden Walker, Dakota Hufek, and Ellis English. And I'm not familiar with these runners, so I might not tell you who came in first and who came in second, but this is a battle for first, second, and third. Very commanding final 100, and look at this, coming into second with a very strong, so that's Prairie in first, Evergreen second, another Prairie runner in third, and I believe that was Sebastian, no, I'm sorry, yes, I believe that was Sebastian Nahar from Evergreen powering through that final 100 meters to place second in the boys 3A 800-meter run. Matt Griffin here in the winner's circle again. I've been mispronouncing her name wrong, mispronouncing her name all afternoon, but I love to be corrected. Ella Cook from Cook. I did it again. Ella Cook from Union High School, who just won the girls 4A 3,200-meter run in commanding fashion, just a sophomore. Tell me how your race felt.
It was really rough in the heat, but it wasn't super hard like compared to the other race I've had, but it was hard just like leading it in general, and with the heat made it like a lot harder, especially because it's our first like really hot day this season. But overall it felt pretty good until the second mile definitely felt harder than the first one.
Well, and I was commenting, I'm a former distance runner myself, so I was commenting you ran that last 800 really hard, but you said the heat was really getting to you.
Yeah, no, I definitely tried to pick it up a little bit, but like I was already kind of going quite a bit slower than my PR, so it wasn't that difficult to pick it up from there. But I definitely tried to push more the last 800. The heat made it a little harder, but yeah, I definitely tried to push.
Well, and Ella, I mentioned going in, before I realized you were just a sophomore, that you are leading the state of Washington in the 4A at the 3,200-meter distance. You'll have to run a little bit faster, of course, at regionals. What are you going to change up about regionals?
Well, regionals, I'm excited to be able to just like hang on to the like front pack instead of having to lead some races like I have here in like the league meets and stuff like that. So I think going into regionals and things like that, I'm just gonna try to stick with the front pack and push it from there, rather than I've kind of just been going with the flow more instead of pushing it. So
yeah, it's kind of hard to do when you're leading the pack. It's hard to push the pace for the entire race and run a great time. Ella Cook from Union High School, I said it right that last time. Congratulations, and good luck at regionals. All right, back to the racetrack. This is the boys' 4A 800-meter run. Didn't have time to show you the lane assignments, but I was talking about that 2-minute psychological barrier for boys. Caden Soke from Camas here has a really fast seed time, 1:57.45. And also below 2 minutes is Zachary Zamora from Battleground with a time of 1:58.58. And again, they're already into the inside lane after running 100 meters in their assigned lane. I believe that's Cadence Okay from Camas out in front. I saw Zachary Zamora there. That might be a Skyview runner in third. Cadence Okay coming through 600 meters in about 1:29. So he's going to be hard pressed to break two, but let's see what this final 200 looks like. He's coming in really strong coming into the home stretch for the final 100. Really big battle for second place. Cadence Okay from Camas. I'm not certain who that second and third place runners were. I believe the third place runner was Zachary Zamora from Battleground. There he is, Cadence Okay, the winner of the boys 4A 800-meter run. Now that I have a second to think, I do have time now to give you the lane assignments for the girls 3A 800-meter run. They are assembling on the track. Phoebe Wilson from Mountain View in lane 1, Jaden Kahn from Prairie in lane 2, Evelyn Vasquez Gonzalez from Evergreen in lane 3, Margarita Mahay from Heritage in lane 4. She won the 1600-meter race yesterday. Sadie Shearsher from Kelso in lane 5, Zoe Jensen from Prairie in lane 6, Audrey Dazan from Mountain View in lane 7, Victoria Flint from Evergreen in lane 8, and Elizabeth Avdeyeva from Evergreen will be in lane 9. And it looks like they were about to bring them onto the track, and then they stepped down. Wonder if they're making them go take a drink. This race was scheduled to begin at 5:15. Oh, you know what? They're just running a little. They didn't want them to get ahead of schedule here. So we've got about 8 minutes until this next race starts. So we're going to step aside for just a couple minutes, and we'll be right back.
being televised? It's being televised? On what?
Comcast 328? 328. 328. Not 100%. Let me double check that real quick. What channel? No, we're going to be crazy this year. You're going freaking battleground. Yeah, 328.
And they are on the track right now. Let's take a look at the lane assignments if we can for the girls 3A 800 meter run. This will be Phoebe Wilson in from Mountain View in lane 1, Jaden Kahn from Prairie in lane 2, Evelyn Vasquez Gonzalez from Evergreen in lane 3, Margarita Mahay from Heritage in lane 4, Sadie Schercher from Kelso in lane 5, Zoe Jensen from Prairie in lane 6, Audrey Dazan from Mountain View in lane 7, Victoria Flint from Evergreen in lane 8, Elizabeth Avdeyeva from Evergreen in lane 9. I know I gave you those lane assignments just a little bit ago, but since there was a little bit of a delay, we're going to give them to you again. The fastest seed time here is Margarita Mahay in lane 4, 2:23.3A. She won the girls' 3A 1,600 meter run yesterday. And she is out fast, has already made up the stagger. As soon as they cross the cones there on the far side of the track, they'll be able to break to the inside. And there she is running strong. Her final 400 yesterday in the 1,600 was just really impressive. And she's really running this like a true middle distance runner, running really hard into that first 200. If we can get her up into the winner's circle, we'll be able to talk to her and see how she feels in the sun, as temperatures, the air temperature outside is about 80 degrees, probably a little bit warmer on the track, definitely. Blistering first lap from Margarita Mahay from Heritage High School. I believe that's a Kelso runner in second, perhaps a Evergreen runner in third. I believe that's Sadie Schercher from Kelso in second, and Evelyn Vasquez Gonzalez in third. Battle for second place right now, but Margarita Mahay with an absolutely insurmountable gap between her and the second and third place runners. There it is, the battle for second between Kelso and Evergreen. Back to Margarita coming into the turn. And she's got an almost 50-meter lead coming into that home stretch. And this is Margarita Mahay from Heritage High School with her third district championship in just 2 years. Sadie Schercher from Kelso in second, and Evelyn Vasquez Gonzalez in third. For those of you who may not have seen last year's coverage of the Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships, I interviewed Margarita from Heritage here in the winner's circle, and I asked her how her training had been going. And then she told me she'd only been running for 3 weeks. So she won her first district championship after having been a track athlete for just 3 weeks. So her coach was telling me how they didn't have a lot of time to talk about race strategy and how to do things to be a competitive track and field runner. But here she is a year later, and she's got 2 district championships under her belt just this week. Add that to last year's district championship, and she's got 3. So we are, let's see, 25, Checking my watch. We are still about 8 minutes away from the girls for a 800-meter run. Once I see them start to walk out onto the track, we'll give you those lane assignments. And there they are onto the track. Abigail Rounds from Union in lane 1. Lila McCarthy from Camas in lane 2. Bethany McKinstry from Camas in lane 3. Daphne Evenson from Skyview in lane 4. Elisa Marshall from Camas in lane 5. Brianna Mazalou from Camas in lane 6. Rebecca Petty from Camas in lane 7. Kate Westfall from Camas in lane 8. And Emily Odalara from Camas in lane 9. So this is going to be a really fast race. Trying to get into my athletic.net. Let's see. So this race also features, like Ella Cook's race in the 3200, this race features 1, 2, 3, 3 of the top 5 800-meter runners in the state of Washington in the 4A division. Daphne Evenson, Elisa Marshall, and Bethany McKinstry. Daphne Evenson with the fastest time in the state. She ran that at the Arcadia Invitational down in California, a very prestigious meet, with a time of 2:14.97. So look for Daphne Evenson from Skyview. There she is in lane 4. Not first to the inside. She might need to do a little stutter step to keep from getting stuck in traffic. Yep, nope, she's got boxed in there by 2 Camas runners. So she's going to have to battle her way out. That's kind of hard to have to run to the inside. If you've got the fastest seed time and you get boxed in early, you're going to have to do a stutter step or push your way through. I say push, you're not allowed to push. But this is going to have to be a really fast second lap if she's going to come close to her state leading time of just under 2:15. What a great race. That is, I believe that's Elisa Marshall from Camas in the number 1 spot. All right, we have got a race in there. Daphne Evenson having to do a little stutter step, and she's going to try and go around on the outside into the curve. And she is going to run a blistering final 200. She decided to make that step around, and look at her closing speed. So it's going to be a race for second place right now. 3 Camas runners across the track. And here comes Daphne Evenson from Skyview, the state leading competitor. And she's going to run very close. It's about 2:15 and change, maybe 2:16. Really gutsy race, very strategic. So I'm going to step aside for a second and get ready for our next winner's circle interview. Matt Griffin here from EPS Sports, back in the winner's circle. I am joined now by Will Foster from Prairie High School, winner of the shot put and the discus, a junior. How did your marks stack up against your best?
Good. I PR'd in shot by like 1.5 feet. It was a great day for shot. It was one of the deepest competitions ever at this district meet. Discus, I was about 5 feet off my PR. I was kind of dipping my right side, but it was good to pull out a decent mark for the last one, so it felt really good.
I've been asking folks a little bit about the wind, especially for the discus. How was that for you today?
I mean, it was fine. It didn't really play a role. It wasn't windy enough. I mean, during shot, there was some really bad gusts, but it calmed down by the time we were throwing.
How'd you fare in both these events last year?
Last year, I got third here with shot, about 48 feet. And then I won disc last year, about 142-ish.
So your second district championship.
Yeah.
Okay, heading to regionals, what do you plan to do there?
I'm not going to stress too much about regionals. I really just want to get to state. But it would be cool to hit like a 60-foot throwing shot, take a school record. So.
How close are you to the school record?
A foot and like 2 inches off.
And that's in the discus?
Shot.
Shot, okay.
Disc, I'm pretty far off.
Okay. There's plenty of time. You're only a junior, so good luck at regionals, good luck at state. Will Foster from Prairie High School, 2-time district championship in the shot put and the discus. Congratulations. All right. In just a second. They are out on the track right now getting ready, so let's give you the lane assignments for our next race. The boys 3A 200-meter run. Christian Mushaw from Mountain View in lane 1, Ethan Cabral from Prairie in lane 2, Tommy Vick from Prairie in lane 3, Solomon Ogbeama from Prairie in lane 4, Aiden Richmond from Kelso in lane 5, Ryan Wood from Mountain View in lane 6, Devin Vigay from Prairie in lane 7, James Bethune from Evergreen in lane 8, and Trevin Roller from Kelso in lane 9. The best seed time is always in the middle of your track, lanes 3, 4, and 5. Solomon Ogbeama with a time of 22.56. And they are off. So look for lanes 4. Solomon Ogbeama, and man, he has made up that stagger. Look at him come into the home stretch, and he's got maybe a meter on everybody else, 2 meters. Solomon Ogbeama from Prairie in first, and James Bethune, an incredible race in lane 8. It is tough to run a 200-meter in lane 8 and come in second, just because of the way the stagger works. And I believe that was Tommy Vick from Prairie in third, but I was busy watching for lanes 1 and 2. Hey, Rodney. I'm all right. How are you?
The day's over.
No.
My other day.
Your other day's over. Okay.
Just getting started.
1 second. I guess we don't hear you. Rodney, let's do this again.
Do you hear Rodney now?
We hear Rodney now. I hear Rodney now. Okay.
All right.
How are you, man?
I'm good. I made it.
We've had some good races.
What a day. I know. That one I just walked up on looked like a pretty good one.
We've got them out on the track, so let's go ahead and give you the lane assignments. My battery and my monitor died again. We are on event 34, second page, Rodney. If the graphic's up, I'm just going to go ahead and give you the lane assignments. Kellen Brown from Union in lane 1, Dominic Anderson from Camas in lane 2. I believe that's Jack or Jackson McDonald from Camas in lane 3. Ben Halid from Union with the fastest seed time in lane 4. Eric Botnin from Skyview in lane 5. Ian Ebinger from Battleground in lane 6. Henry Ryder from Union in lane 3. Jake Laurie from Skyview in lane 8. And Ahmad Ames from Skyview in lane 9. Is Jory around, Wade? Can you give him a... Okay, thank you. Yeah. We have this new monitor, and I don't know if it's the new monitor just takes a lot of power or if it's just that this thing runs out of batteries so quick. Bad batteries are a very thirsty monitor.
Yes, they are. All right, looks like right there in the middle of the track, Union Skyview with the two best times, 22.41 and a 22.47. Ben Halid looks like he's gonna have to chase Eric Botnin. Generally, when you see stuff like that close with each other, good start there. They got a chase, and it looks like we're making the staggers up right away here. Going to come out of this curve pretty nice. And it's like we thought, but we've got Anderson from Camas actually surprising everybody and taking that one clean first.
So that was lane 3 with the win?
Yes, it was, yeah.
And I've been mentioning this a couple times. I mean, we've been really blessed this year. So Jack McDonald from Camas won that race, and he is currently leading the state of Washington in the 100 with a time of 11.03. He's also, he's currently ranked 3rd in the state in the 200. Ben Halid, Eric Botnin, Eric Ebinger, and Dominic Anderson. So in that race, we had all 5 of the top 5 runners
in the
state
Washington
right now.
There you go.
So we've been blessed today. We've had a couple of the girls' distance races where I'm saying, hey, there's 3 or 4 of the top 5 in the state of Washington right now in our events today. So a really competitive district, especially on the 4A level.
Yeah, we're going to go up north and make a showing.
Yeah, and
hopefully come back with some medals with that. That'd be real nice.
Yeah, and some really top competitors on the 3A side as well.
Yeah, good deal.
In fact, I'm going to go over here to the 3A times. Take me a second here. So we talked yesterday about Leilani Mays.
Yes.
And whether or not she would run. She did have to scratch the 300 meter hurdles. So whatever.
That was going to be tough on that ankle. Whatever
she did to that ankle, she ended up winning that 100 meter hurdle race even after colliding with a hurdle. But she scratched, and so tough break for her.
Yeah. She can concentrate on the 100 hurdles when she gets up the next level, though, so that'll be good.
Yeah, see if she can give it a rest and maybe do something at regionals.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm going to try and turn my monitor back on. See how much battery life this thing gives me. Yeah, so already it says it's already low. I don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Nope, just died.
That was quick.
Let's, if you can, Wade, just tell us when the graphic is up for the, this would be the girls 3A 200. Okay, let's take a look at the lane assignments for the 3A 200-meter run. Jasmine Meza from Kelso in lane 1. Trevino Tavares from Mountain View in lane 2. Mallory Davenport from Heritage in lane 3. Zamora Frazier from Mountain View in lane 4. Abigail Mendoza from Prairie in lane 5. Michaela Lawrence, we talked about yesterday, Heritage in lane 6. Olivia Snyder from Prairie in lane 7. Samay Johnson from Heritage in lane 8. And Isabella Rogers from Evergreen in lane 9.
So the interesting thing here is for Michaela Lawrence in lane 6 with who is a fast girl in her own right, and she's got the 2 fastest people in the heat behind her, so that's going to push her. So it'll be interesting to see what that stagger looks like as she comes out, because that generally will force you to just go hard if you know the 2 fastest people are behind you.
Right.
And as long as you never see them in your peripheral, you know you're doing good.
Right. If you just lean into that turn.
Just lean into the turn, yeah.
And watch your side eye.
Those are the type of opportunities when you see people PR. And things like that.
When they're being pushed into the home stretch. Now, I didn't see what happened. He did bring everybody up, and he is talking to someone in lane 4. That is Zamora Frazier who he is talking to. I don't know if it was a bobble. I didn't hear 2 guns.
No. Yeah, so not a false start.
So it might have just been a bobble. So what did we call it yesterday? Did they lift up a yellow card? I've not seen that. The rules are always so different depending on your level of competition. So
that is the first time I saw a yellow card on a track.
First warning.
Yes. It's got to be. All right, gun is up.
All right, clean start. And look at Zamora Frazier out fast.
Michaela Lawrence also out fast. We'll see if Zamora catches her in the curve. They should come around this corner. It is Michaela Lawrence and Zamora Frazier out front. We'll see who can hold on to this. Zamora Frazier seems to be having it. Michaela Lawrence, she may have got edged out by a teammate right there and may have taken 4th. But then, that's another thing when she's a young runner. She's still only a freshman, right? And when you know the 2 fastest people are behind you, sometimes you go out too strong. You should see she kind of head kind of kicked back in that last 20 meters, which means she was done.
Well, and she
was coasting in.
She had 2 tough races yesterday where she did really well. In the 4x1, correct? Yeah. And the 100. So might be a little tired.
Yeah, might be.
And we did talk about it is warmer. I did talk with the winner of the girls' 3,200 meter run, who is leading the state of Washington, Ella Cook, and she said the heat was more than she had bargained for.
Yeah. No, it's warm out. It's warmer up here than it was yesterday too.
Yeah. So I'm going to step aside for just a second and get ready for our next interview. 1 second. Let's take a look. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. I've been trying to get ready for interviews. I'm glad you're here now, by the way.
Good. Sounds like it. I feel appreciated.
This is the girls 4A 200-meter run in lane 1. Mail Yancey from Camas. Kahulani Miles from Union in lane 2. Maya Harris from Camas in lane 3. Leilani Mays was supposed to be in this run, and in lane 4, but I don't see her out there. So she's probably scratched again. Autumn Dobbs from Camas in lane 5. Savannah Garden from Camas in lane 6. Eviana Rudolph from Union in 7. Malia Ephraim from Camas in lane 8. And Mackenzie Enright from Battleground in lane 9. And I heard them say yesterday something about scratch one, scratch all.
Yeah.
If you've got an injury, so
yeah,
they're not going to let you pick and choose what you get to run if
scratch
you're out
one of them.
injured. Yeah. So the number 1 seed out, but you're going to look at lanes 5, Camas, Autumn Dobbs with a time of 26.46, and then a bunch of people coming up with times just over 27 seconds. So it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, the race here will be right down the middle of the track, well, minus Mays, but Harris and Dodds. So lanes 3 and 6, well, 3 and 5 actually, looks like that are going to be the 2 lanes to watch in this race.
Clean start. Lane 5 out fast.
Dodds already making up the stagger. She comes around the corner. An impressive win there by Dodds in lane 5.
That was another lane 8 second place, which is tough to do, like I said,
sure is.
in the 800. What's the challenge of running so far out? I mean, you've got everybody in front of you.
That's the toughest part. You don't see anybody until it's too late.
Yeah,
you
don't know how far out you are.
And the curve, it just feels like you're just getting kicked out. I mean, it'll push you high in the lane, and you're just trying to stay tight on that inside line. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you feel like you're running alone until you come out of the curve, and then you realize, oh
I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, I'm not as far out as I thought.
All right, so I'm going to step aside right now and get ready for a Winner's Circle interview that I have been looking forward to, so you can bring down Rodney and my mic. Thanks, Wade. Matt Griffin, EPS Sports, here in the Winner's Circle. I've been talking about her from Heritage High School. When I interviewed you last year, I was absolutely amazed. I said, how has your training been doing? And then you told me you'd only been a runner for 3 weeks, and you won a district championship. Since I talked to you last, it really looks like you have been doing a lot of training like I suggested you do. And then it also looked like you've got some race strategy. Tell me about how your races went today and yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, it's true. I learned a lot during this season. At least it was a whole season this time. And I learned for the mile, it was really interesting yesterday. It started pretty slow. And I expected someone to take a lead, honestly, but no one did. I was like, okay, let's go slow then. And I kind of started to speed up, and this is what I learned with the time. My coach Gil helped me a lot with it. and that's what I did on an 8. But honestly, it's easier on a mile to speed up than on 8.
Well, I noticed yesterday in the mile, it looked a little slow. You were running with everyone else, but then I think you just got a little fed up, and then you just went with maybe 500 meters left to go. And then today with the 800, you just went. So is that a little bit about your training and working with your coach?
Yeah, it's 100% the training, and I got a lot of advices from Coach Howdy and Coach Gill and other coaches. I had a lot of advisors, and I just had to listen all of them. Yeah, so I learned a lot.
Well, I remember talking with your coach last year, and she said, since you only had been running for 3 weeks, there wasn't a lot of time to talk about strategy. Yeah. So I am so happy as a former runner myself to see that you have learned a lot of strategy. Now, you're a senior. What are you going to do next year?
I'm planning to go to Clark College to run for them. Yeah, that's it.
Congratulations, Margarita Mahay, a 3-time district champion. Congratulations.
And we're going to run 4x4 relay.
So you're gonna be a 4-time district champion?
Yeah.
You're promising me that?
It's coming.
Okay, so we'll look for you in the next race. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right. So come on in. Jory, can I have my notes here? I need to know who I'm talking to. Is this Max?
Yes, sir.
Max Ensinger, who won the 110 and 300 meter high hurdles. Camus, a senior. How'd your races go?
I mean, so far this year it's been pretty good, and I mean yesterday and today you can't really ask for much better weather to hurdle, especially having my teammate Cody Young pushing me down the track, especially in that 300. He's been riding my tail all season, and it's been fun running against him.
It looked like you clipped a couple hurdles in that 300 meter race early on. Yes, no?
I mean, when I'm running, I kind of zone out. I might have clipped a couple, but I mean, honestly, in that race, you just got to get through it and survive.
How do both of your times stack up against your best?
Well, just yesterday I PR'd in the 110, so that was a good feeling, and then today it was just right outside my personal best, and I mean, next week I'm really looking to push my times even further and get to those to that 14 range and that 39 range.
Okay. You are a senior, so what do you plan to do next year?
Next year, I'm just going a little bit west to Vancouver to run for Clark College, because I've been talking with them and whatnot, and they're building a really good hurdle program over there, and I'm glad to be a part of that.
Well, and you will be teammates with the last person I interviewed, Margarita Mahay from Heritage High School. So congratulations and good luck next year.
Thank you.
All right, so we're going to bring in one more interview. I think we've got time. Yeah, we do. Come on in.
How's it going?
We have Aiden Walker, a senior from Prairie High School, in the 800-meter run. We had 3 people in that race dip just below 2 minutes. How does it stack up against your best?
Stacking up against my best, for districts, I'm just trying to easily level it out, trying to go for a faster time, just trying to slowly peak. And I was trying to save it I'm going to save my little, big kick for regionals and stuff like that in state, because I really want to make a big difference in there and go for school record and all those things. But
what's the school record?
155, but I think I can do it. I have a feeling just today was a really fun race, and good to see all my teammates. I think Ellis with the big kick at the 200 and seeing Dakota and Nahar from Evergreen going to the regionals is going to be fun. So I'm really excited.
And what's your best this year? I mean, was it today? No.
No, it is a 201, but I think it's a 201 flat. But
okay.
Yeah, we're just going to slowly peak though.
Okay. Well, congratulations and good luck at regionals.
Thank you.
All right. That was Aiden Walker from Prairie High School, the senior, the winner of the 800-meter run. Let's go back out trackside and we'll get ready for our next race. All right, so we now have a second to do some thinking, Roddy,
Yes.
because we got two different heats of the boys 3,200 meter run. Let's take a look at who is running in the 3A race. Mohid Khan from Evergreen, Ethan Peterson from Prairie, Tommy Wise from Prairie, Luke Twist from Evergreen, Will Cheslock from Kelso, Spencer Hoyt from Prairie, Ethan McKell from Prairie, Owen Gallagher from Kelso, Shackleton Hoyt from Prairie, Austin Frisbee from Kelso, Aiden Kozicek from Evergreen, Aiden Sparman from Kelso, and Colin Caballero from Kelso. Mohid Khan, who, if memory serves correctly, won the boys 1,600 yesterday
Yep, you are
from
correct.
Evergreen. He has the best seed time, coming in with a time of 10:06. That's running about 5:03 a mile for the metric mile. I was saying a little bit earlier, it's a little bit different, when you look at some of the different states. Oregon runs the 3,000, 200 meters shorter than this. This is 8 times around, 3,000, 7.5. And so Ella Cook was telling me, who won the girls 4A 3,200. She was telling me that the heat was something to deal with today. It's the hottest it's been. She was from Ella Cook from Union High School, and she said it was more than she had bargained for.
Yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, we kind of spoke about it yesterday, knowing that it was going to be a warmer day for this 3,200, and they don't get to run in this type of heat a whole lot out here, especially at that distance. So, 70, high 60s and 70 degrees and yeah, I'm looking at that, 78, it's almost 80, which means it's a little warmer on the track than it is.
Right, and the track obviously gives off some heat, so it is a couple degrees warmer, and they're also in the sun.
Yeah.
So I think it was 79 when I last looked. It's a little bit less than that. They're calling for a high of 80 degrees, but I'm not sure we'll hit that. We'll see.
There's a slight breeze up here with us. I don't know, by looking at the flags, it's not really going on down there on the
track
field.
Side,
so.
yeah. Mohid Khan running in 3rd place. That's 2 Prairie Falcons in 1st and 2nd.
I don't know if you guys caught a glimpse of the athlete doing the high jump over there, but he just cleared 6'2", Mountain View athlete.
It looks like they've got just 2 competitors out there, one from Mountain View.
And one from Evergreen.
Yeah, and I had mentioned this earlier. It's kind of hard to cover all the field events. We just don't have enough wireless transmitters, wireless cameras, cables, people.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard. It's a pretty even first 2 laps. We've got a pretty busy lead pack here.
Yeah, we do.
With
starting to stretch out the field here a little bit.
6 runners. Like they're running a pretty even pace. It's good to have, in a race this long, people who are running about your same time.
Yeah.
Margarita Mahay from Heritage, who won the 800 and the 1600. She talked about it being tough, to kind of lead. Or decide how fast she ought to be going so early.
I heard you talking to her earlier, and she made that comment about yesterday's run, because we had mentioned how slow they went out on the 1600.
Right.
And she was kind of hoping somebody would take the lead, and they didn't.
Yeah.
She stayed out front.
Well, and you missed her 800-meter run, and she runs like a middle distance runner for sure. She's got some strategy under her belt. you know, after talking with her coach. And that 800 meter, she ran from gun to tape, right in the lead. And her final 200 was just blistering.
A nice kick. Good deal. Good deal.
Which is why she's already priming me for something special in the 4x4 coming up. she said, just wait.
Yeah, okay. She saved something for us, did she?
She says so. And there is Mohid Khan taking the lead, deciding to push the pace a little bit, which is what he did yesterday in the 1600.
Yeah.
He just reached a point where he just decided to start pushing it. And he does have the fastest seed time in this race by about 12 seconds.
Yeah.
So he's definitely capable of pushing the pace for sure.
It could possibly be a battle for second place here. Some of these other times are kind of close to each other.
Yeah, Prairie, Evergreen, Ethan Peterson, Tommy Wise, Luke Twiss.
It'll probably depend on how they handled his heat, the weather.
Yeah.
We're at second because it looks like Khan he looks real comfortable now and just kind of set in there.
Well, and just as we had talked about it being pretty calm on the track side, I can see the flag across the way here really starting to kick up. So there might be some additional wind down there.
Yep.
And look at that, halfway through the race, and we still have a lead pack of 5 runners strong.
They seem to all be content to let Khan take the lead. We'll see if anybody tries to do anything with that later on.
That can be really hard.
Yeah.
To lead the race. You know, once you decide to do it, because you're dragging everybody behind you, and you just don't know if you're burning them out or not.
Yeah. They could just be tucked in waiting to move.
Yeah. I was mentioning earlier in the girls 3200, I had no kick. So my strategy is to just try and, you know, maybe halfway through the race or with 3 laps remaining, just try and
turn around and burn everybody out, huh?
Run a couple negative splits and burn everybody out, because if I wasn't ahead, it was over. When I was in college, I took second place in our conference 5,000, and then the next day I won our conference 10,000 meter run. So that's a lot of running on the track.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But I had a teammate who had a better kick than me, and we each went to our coaches separately. And he told us this after the race. I said, "What do I have to do to beat Johns?" And he said, "You're going to have to burn him out, or he'll outkick you." And so John said, "What do I need to do to beat Matt?" And he said, "Hang with him and kick." And so my strategy, I needed to be a little bit faster earlier on, because when Johns went by me, man, he was flying. So I took second.
There you go.
But I do give my coach credit for being honest with both of us.
Right, exactly. This is what it's going to take.
Okay, that lead pack of 5 is now a lead pack of 3, and it looks like that's Mohid Khan and Ethan Peterson from Prairie and Luke Twiss from Evergreen. I'm looking for jersey colors.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Now, Evergreen hasn't had a lot of distance runners since I've been doing these track meets.
No, they haven't.
But it's really good to see 2 Evergreen runners right up there in first and third.
In the mix like that. No, that's real nice. the bell lap.
You know, this
We'll see
could
if he's
really
gonna
be
move here.
anybody's race.
Yeah, it could be. All three of them look pretty comfortable. They've kind of closed in on Khan here.
So this was, I had a couple athletes up in the winner's circle, but we just didn't have a chance to break away, and they've got to go get ready for the 4x4. So hopefully they'll be able to come back up. But there's Mohid Khan trying to put a move with 200 meters left to go.
And it looks like he's started his kick. He's starting to pull away here now. And there's the kick right there we were waiting for. He had some left in the tank.
About 10:18 and change.
Yeah, looks like that unofficially.
For Mohid Khan, and that was, I believe, Ethan Peterson from Prairie in second and Luke Twiss from Evergreen in third. That really came down to just that last lap.
Yeah, sure did. Sure did.
So we've got more runners on the track for this race. We do have a winner's circle interview, and I'm going to have Rodney do this one because he's the sprint expert. She's just gone down here. This is going to be Savannah Garden.
Okay.
From Camas, a senior who won the 100-meter run. And I'm going to see if I can find her time here while we get ready. So we'll bring her once she was putting some stuff away. So we'll bring her back over here, and Rodney will go into the winner's circle to interview Savannah Garden here in just a moment.
First call, men 3A, 4x400 relay. First call, men 3A, 4x400 relay. After today's meet has ended, you will be able to find the results on athletics.net.
We want to welcome everybody. This is Savannah Gardner. Now, we're actually talking to you today, but you actually ran your race yesterday.
Yes.
So congratulations
Thank
on
you very
winning
much.
districts with the in the 100 meters with a 12:86. Kind of talk about that race yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, it was an amazing race, great competition out there. My coach and I have been really working hard on those block starts and just pushing through to the finish. And yeah, great competition out at districts.
Yeah, I mean, in the 100, that being the quick race, the blocks make all the difference in the world. And I do remember the run yesterday, and you got out pretty quick. Nice phases all the way through, so a nice, good run, good, strong finish. Really appreciate watching you run like that. So you're a senior this year,
Yes,
right?
I am.
So kind of let everybody know what you plan on doing next year.
Oh, wow. I'm going to OSU for mechanical engineering. Currently uncommitted. Yeah, uncommitted, but I would love to run for Oregon State if that's possible. So.
I think the way you're going, you definitely got an opportunity, but that's a great school to run for. Yes. Great school to run for. Hey, we want to thank you and congratulations again for the championship in the 100 meters yesterday.
Is that where you're going?
All right, so we are back. I think we've got time to show you who's running this race. Let's go ahead and do that. Bradley Harris from Union, Cohen Butler from Camas, Hiram Lacker from Union, Sabin Kosovos from Union. He placed third yesterday in the 1600. Andrew Helt from Camas, Marco Solari from Union, Lord King, or yes. King Lord Nanubaduwea from Battleground, Sterling Sutton from Battleground, Jaden Jones from Camas, Enzo Solari from Union, Cameron Ryder from Camas, Max Merrifield from Camas, Tanner Wary from Camas, and Soren Matson from Battleground. And they are off.
There we go. Now, the cool thing about this is the top 4 runners, 3 Union, 1 Camas, all coming in under 10 minutes.
Yeah, and while we wait for this race to get underway, I'm going to go over to my state leading times, and I can guarantee you that these times are going to be among the fastest in the state so far this year.
They came out with a pretty quick pace here. They have already stretched this group out already to the end. We've got 3 up top here, coming real hard down the track for this first lap. We'll see if they're going to be able to sustain this. Officially, first lap looks like they're coming across at about 105, so it's a pretty quick first lap.
That is really fast. I think they might regret that.
Yeah, especially in this heat. We'll see what the 800 ultimately looks like. Quick pace here as they're coming down here in front of the stands. Now there's a 2:15 800. Let's see if they can hold on to that.
Being pretty serious about it. I can tell you that much.
They are running away from everybody else. Battleground ran with them initially, but decided to step back and run at his own pace up to this point.
So right now, Bradley Harris from Union has the 16th fastest time in the state. And the top time in the state is a good 30 seconds faster than that. An absolutely blistering time of 8:59.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But Bradley Harris, nothing to sneeze at, currently in 16th overall in the state of Washington in the 4A division.
Looks like they slowed down a little bit, but not a lot.
And a little bit earlier, I was looking at the wrong leaders list when I said Ella Koch was leading the state of Washington. She is currently ranked 7th in the state.
Oh, okay.
Ella Cook, sorry. So once we get this race finished, we're going to have Jack McDonald from Camas into the winner's circle. Rodney will interview him once we get this race underway or finished. So much paper. What did I just give you there, Rodney? The 200? I'm looking for yesterday's 100-meter time. And there we are halfway through the race, and that is Bradley Harris from Union in the lead.
They seem to be holding pretty strong. They have not dropped off too much on the pace in this race.
Now, there's our leaders. Bradley Harris from Union. I believe that's Cohen Butler in second. And I believe that's Lord King Nanabaduwea from Battleground in third.
Yeah. That's just a big push. I don't think anybody's going to threaten him for third place. He seems to be settled in pretty comfortable in that pace he's running right now.
Now, Lord King Nanabaduwea from Battleground, who is in third, has a great 800-meter time. He's run about 2:05. I think he's got his work cut out for him to make up this distance, but he's got some closing speed.
Yeah.
So there it is, your boys 4A, 3,200, 2 laps remaining. And that was Cohen Butler from Camas with a big move with 700 meters left to go.
Yeah.
And he did that so decisively. He wanted to send a message. And it didn't look like Bradley Harris saw that coming.
No, not at all. He didn't try to go with him. He's going to let him go ahead and take that.
So this might be one of those ones where the heat took a toll.
Yep.
And like we said, it's hard to lead that long. There's our bell lap with Cohen Butler from Camas out front. Bradley Harris struggling through this last lap. Lord King Nanabaduwea, who has that great 800-meter speed, closing in on second place.
Yeah. Kind of got out there and ran his race and decided, now here's his opportunity.
So the race, I think, really for second, but look at his closing speed. It's kind of hard to see everything on the track, but Bradley Harris from Union with a really strong final 800. Just one at a time, bring those guys in. And what a commanding performance from Bradley Harris from Cohen Butler from Camas, the winner there. Lord King Nanabadawea from Battleground in second. And Bradley Harris in third. It's hard to run from the front. He looks a little spent.
Yeah, he sure does.
Really good race. So we're going to step aside while Rodney brings a couple different people into the winner's circle.
All right, we have got Jack McDonald here from Camas. Pretty impressive 2 days he's had out with it today. First, we're going to start with the 100, which he ran yesterday. We just found out that is a PR, sub-11, 10.91. Tell us how you felt about that.
It was good. I had good competition. Eric and Ben really pushed me to be better. It was great weather, great conditions. Really just went out there and did my thing.
Good deal. I remember the race yesterday, and great start out of the blocks, and that's going to make all the difference in the world. Good job. Now let's talk about what happened with you today. He's also the champion of the 200 out of Camas High School, and that is a 22.24. Yes, another good time. Now, that being a different race than the 100, kind of talk us through how you ran that one.
My race plan for that is run the curve at 100% and then run the straight at 110%. I learned that from my coach, Coach Billy. He's my indoor coach. He's taught me everything I know. He's a great coach.
Well, that's a great philosophy, eh? Coming out strong and just sustaining and holding on. Most people are going to die out, especially when they're trying to chase. So good job. Congratulations once again. Everybody, Jack McDonald, Camas High School junior. Look for him next year as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're back here in the Champion Square. This is Ryder Kapler here with me right now. Want to talk about what he just did down there at the high jump. 6'3", is that a PR for you?
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Good deal. Kind of tell us what your strategy was and how you kind of worked through that.
I just went out there and I jumped. Yeah, I kind of just jumped. I got, during other meets, I kind of got it in my head. Right. But, I just left it all and I went out there and jumped.
Hey, the weather was perfect for it. A great opportunity. Glad to see that was a PR. Champion here from Evergreen, 6'3", everybody. Congratulations, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at the lane assignments for the penultimate race. Well, penultimate, I guess, is second to last. We got four more races left. This is the race everybody wants to see. The final event of the Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships. The 3A boys 4x4, Mountain View in lane 2, Evergreen in lane 3, Prairie in lane 4, Kelso in lane 5, and Heritage in lane 6. The best time is Prairie, and man, they've got some fast guys on their team. Solomon Ogbayama, Ethan Cabral, Aiden Walker, and Dakota Hufek. So they've got some 400-meter runners. They've got some 800-meter runners. And look for a strong performance here coming up from Prairie High School in lane 4.
Like you said, this is the race everybody wants to see.
This is the one where
4x4.
Everybody crowds. Well, I guess they can't crowd the infield like they used to.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
in the olden days.
In the olden days.
Yeah, they
back when they called it the mile relay, right?
Right. Yeah. And they keep everybody back, but everybody's going to be lining the bottom of the stands here at McKenzie Stadium.
Got the gun up. Good clean run. Everybody looks good down the back stretch.
Boy, Heritage with a really good first leg, way outs there.
It sure is. He took off hard. The stagger's going to be made up here in this corner, so let's see if it was a good thing for him to do. And it looks like he's going to be able to sustain that. He might be able to hold that off and hand the baton off in first place here. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, just like in the 200, even in the 400, it's hard to run on the outside. Heritage first to the exchange.
Kelso then Prairie. Prairie takes it over very quickly, though. Everybody will cut back in and
yeah,
get into the inside
500
lane
meters
here.
they can cut in.
Evergreen coming up strong there on the outside of everybody.
That was a really fast first 200 from Evergreen.
It sure was. We'll see if he's going to be able to sustain that or if he'll fall off here on this last leg right here in front of the stadium. It looks like Kelso trying to make a run. They're playing a little strategy. He is not going to let him pass, trying to cut the athlete off. With that Heritage able to kind of creep into the situation, we'll see good handoff here.
I would say you got to be real careful when you're weaving back and forth like that because you can get disqualified
you sure
in
can.
a higher level competition for impeding a fellow runner if you're doing it so deliberately.
That was pretty deliberate. That was pretty deliberate. Prairie still with the lead. Evergreen in second.
And here's Heritage moving back up.
Kelso coming in second here, strong, passes up Evergreen.
Prairie first to the bell lap.
And here we go.
Boy, they're both right. That second place race, let's see who ties up.
Yeah.
They're running really hard.
They're both running real hard on that. Evergreen seems to be running the most comfortable right now. We'll see if he makes this up on as they come out of here. Kelso trying to pick it up in the curve. And those two are going to battle. Kelso and Heritage fighting to come down the track.
Well, let's not sleep on
And
Evergreen.
here comes Evergreen trying to sneak in there. Going to sneak in the inside of that. Evergreen gets the second place at the last minute. Heritage comes in third. Wow. That's why everybody loves this race.
I was about to say the same exact thing. Prairie took over in that second lap and didn't look back.
No, not at all. Not at all.
That's why people love this race.
Yep.
There can be just so many lead changes. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our lane assignments. We're still a couple minutes away, but why don't we do it now? Let's take a look at our lane assignments for the 4x400 4A boys. Battleground in lane 3, Union in lane 4, Camas in lane 5, and Skyview in lane 6. Lanes 3, 4, and 5, Battleground, Union, and Camas, really close times there. So, Rodney, why don't you take over for a minute? I'm going to go take a break.
Sounds like a plan. Well, in the 4A race here, as I'm looking over the stats in here, it looks like it's set up to be a very good race between Union and Camas. Union's time coming in here is 3:25.63. Camas with a 3:26.29. So definitely could set up for some interesting running in that last leg, as we kind of, knowing these two teams are huge rivals of each other. As we see the teams heading down here on the track, getting ready for the start here. Final events of the evening, the 4x4. So what I was talking about before, while you were gone, is just how close the times are here with Union and Camas, and how this might come down to a very close race and a nice, exciting finish, kind of like the ones we saw with the 3A boys. These two teams very close to each other, within a second in the overall time in this race.
You know, as a former sprint coach yourself, how much do you do in a 4x4 like this, juggling your order, or you depending on the level of competition? I mean, this is the league championships.
Right.
Do you run them the same all the way through the season, or do you make an adjustment based on?
You make an adjustment based on who you're. You kind of put them up against people. You got somebody that's super fast. It's a real big call, and I'd have to have paid attention to these athletes all season long to be able to talk about intelligently what that looks like and when you run who and when and all that type of stuff. What's different about this race, unlike the 4x1, is everybody's running the same distance for the most part, and this race is a sprint, and there is no real strategy like you would see like in the 800. This race has become a sprint.
Yeah,
and it's a tough race to run hard in, and it's about, you break it down at 200 at a time, and you come out strong. You're able to just kind of spin coming down that back track, and then when you get into that last curve, just kind of let that curve whip you down the track. And it's a tough race to run, and I don't care how good a shape you're in, you're tired after this one. You're tired after this race.
I was more a long distance runner, but in high school I got thrown into a couple 4x4s, and it is tough. A little bit of wind out on the track. I don't know that it's going to be enough to really bother anyone. And, you know, as warm as the air temperature is, I think there is a bit of a cool breeze out there. So I don't think, you know, my initial fears of everybody dying of heat stroke today have come to fruition, thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a good day to PR. And, you know, and when we talked to the young man, Ryan Kepler, who won the high jump, I mean, what it's 6'3", you know, that's impressive. And it's a good day, low wind, good heat, you know.
Yeah, I would imagine wind could wreak havoc.
Yeah.
I talked about pole vault and the high jump. Can really throw you off.
All right, coming off the curve here is where the stagger is going to be made up. I'll hand these batons off in the lane, in the exchange zones, and then once they get around that curve, they'll be able to cut that in.
Real strong first leg there from Skyview.
Camus right away takes the lead back.
Look at Battleground coming on the outside.
Yeah, now that is definitely surprising. See how he's able to hold on to this as they come all the way across.
Yeah, this is going to really come down to, you know, if they're running 3 across here, it's going to come down to who you put in this third and fourth leg.
There's the push. Takes that back into the lead here.
Tying up a little bit there at the end, Battleground. Impressive run.
Yeah, very impressive.
And there's the race.
Right there, stride for stride, down the back of the track there.
So this is Chase Lofton from Union running the third leg here. Neck and neck.
Neck and neck, exactly. And let's see how this takes off here now.
And I believe this is Grayson Caldwell running the anchor leg, and Caden Soke from Camus running the anchor here as well. Boy, that's got to be important to be first into that last turn.
Oh, yeah. It's like he's trying to pick it up and bring it around at the corner here. Let's see if he'll... Doesn't look like he's trying to clear his ground there. I don't think there's enough real estate for him to catch him. But a good hard push there.
Caden Soke from Camus running a really impressive anchor leg. Grayson Caldwell from Union, and in third place was Battleground, followed by Skyview. Boy, until that final 400, I think that could have been any of those first 3 teams racing.
Yeah, it sure could have. It sure could have.
So 2 more races to go in the second day of coverage of the Greater St. Helens League Track and Field Championships. Matt Griffin, Rodney Lawrence, and our crew, Ethan Chapman, Nathan Chapman, Jacob Taylor, Jory Randall, and our director, Wade Ferguson. We are the EPS Sports Team. Thank you so much for watching. I was saying earlier, I got a couple of texts and some emails overnight and early this morning. Where do I watch?
Good deal.
Because, so I want to give a shout out to everybody who spread the word. We have aunts, uncles, friends, grandparents watching from afar. And so I want to thank you for supporting your athletes and supporting our sports programming here in Evergreen Public Schools. Nothing makes me more proud of what we're doing here than finding out that people are watching from afar.
Yeah, it sure does. It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, during football season, I got a couple calls. I got a phone call from somebody who said, I live in Idaho, but my son plays football, and I forget which team it was. But how do I watch? And I told him, and he said, you know, this is the best thing. I can't be there all the time. And so to find out that, you know, he could watch his son compete, what it's all about.
Yep, it sure is. It sure is.
So this is the 3A girls making their way onto the track. Let's take a look at lane assignments here. Like Rodney said, they only matter for the first 500 meters, but it'll be Mountain View in lane 2, Evergreen in lane 3, Heritage in lane 4, Kelso in lane 5, and Prairie in lane 6. And Margarita Mahay, who is now a 3-time district champion, is running the anchor leg for Heritage, and she promised me another district championship. We'll see if she follows through, but they do have the fastest seed time here, 4:30.55.
Yeah, it looks like, yeah, that is a good seat time. Kelso closest to him with a 4:38. That could be their competition.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, the heat was the factor that I thought it would be. They halted the start of the girls 4A 3200 for a second. Told everybody to go get some water.
Yeah.
To cool down, but that's the only time I saw them really stop down because it was getting a little warm on the track. But nice breeze out here, about 78 degrees. We want to say thank you once again to all of the race officials, race volunteers from all of our districts represented here today in the Greater St. Helens League. We also want to thank our track officials representing USA Track and Field Oregon for the most part. They're responsible for our electronic timing. It's going to be so nice packing up all of our stuff to get ready for our next video production event and not do it in the rain, in the cold.
Exactly.
I have been waiting for this type of weather for you don't know how long. My mental health needed it. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I think everybody's did. I think everybody's did. All right, gun is up. Prairie there at the top of the track. Pulling away, looks like Evergreen already trying to make up stackers. They work their way into second. Mountain View making the move right now as well.
So here's where we'll see the stagger, but Prairie running a really strong first leg.
Nice run there by Prairie, being able to hold off. Evergreen coming in third, second, Mountain View in third. Evergreen gets that one off just inside the exchange zone. You don't have that much problem with this race, but they got close.
Well, Heritage with the fastest seed time does have some work to do.
Yeah, they sure do.
Is Evergreen out front?
Prairie settles in second, and that to be Mountain View still in third.
And you know what? When I talked about Heritage with some ground to make up, look at this first leg from Heritage. Look at how much ground she's made up.
Yeah, she has. I would imagine their strategy is just to stay close and give it to the fourth. Give it to the anchor. And here comes Heritage on the move. They've moved themselves into third place.
Well, and you know, Evergreen didn't cut to the inside, so they were running extra distance.
Yep.
So that might just be a little inexperience there. Evergreen first to the baton, or second to the baton. And look at that, Heritage
here.
back in it.
Right there on the heels.
Evergreen, Prairie, Heritage. And there's Heritage moving on the outside.
Yeah. And this commanding move on the outside. She's running away from people now.
And back onto the inside for that final curve.
Evergreen in third place, but seems to be dragging. Kelso coming up strong. See if they're able to get themselves in third place as they come down the stretch here. Evergreen seems to have slowed a lot, so it looks like that Kelso does have a chance to hand the baton off in third place.
So Rodney didn't see the 800, but Margarita Mahay from Heritage is about to take the baton for the final lap. And for as short as she is, she has got wheels.
Yeah, she sure does. I mean, she's already taken off. Prairie takes off hard trying to get a hold of her. Evergreen still able to hold on to third place as it stands right now.
She threw off her hat. She must be serious.
Yeah, exactly. It's wind resistance.
She might shave a second off here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her just lean into this final 100 meters. Margarita Mahay from Heritage High School, now a 4-time district champion, as promised.
Yep.
And we got a race for second place here. Congratulations, Heritage. Evergreen back out front.
Kelso trying to come. Not going to be enough real estate for Kelso to take over third as Prairie comes in third place here on the race.
And Mountain View. So congratulations to the girls from Heritage, the winners of the 3A 4x400 meter relay. Margarita Mahay, congratulations to her, heading to Clark College next year.
Yeah, good deal.
All right, one more race. So let's take a look at our lane assignments as the ladies from the 4A division 4x400 meter relay come onto the track. Union in lane 3, Camas in lane 4, Battleground in lane 5, and Skyview in lane 6. Camas with a very commanding time, 3:55.94, which means every one of those girls is running under 60 seconds, which
sure does.
is a psychological barrier for boys and girls alike to break 60, at least early on for the boys. Anytime girls are breaking 60 seconds, they're running fast.
They're running hard. Yeah, they sure are.
And the other three teams, Union, Battleground, and Skyview, all with times real close together, so it should be just a battle for second and third.
Yep.
And then, you know, I'm looking at the people who are on the Camas squad, at least according to my heat sheets. Autumn Dobbs, Lila McCarthy, Elisa Marshall, and Amara Harris. Those are all names we've said earlier in the meet.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So watch lane 4, Camas. They're going to be out fast. There was a little bobble there from Union.
I'll let everybody stand up and start all over again here.
No false start, just a little bobble. Doesn't want to leave everybody in the blocks too long. Battleground Union and Camas running pretty close together. And there comes Camas into that final.
Yeah,
into the straightaway.
Up. She got a nice smooth race here.
And with that, I don't anticipate Camas looking back.
No, not at all. Nice exchange there.
Sorry, I shortchanged Skyview there. That was Skyview Battleground and Camas even at the turn. And right now they are on pace for a sub-4 race. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Sure is.
So they are just over 2 minutes at the 800-meter mark. So they might be able to dip just below 4 minutes. Skyview taking over second, Battleground in third, Union in fourth.
Oh yeah, there's that big lead we expected to see with Camas.
So 3:03 at the mark. Skyview second, Battleground third. If this Union anchor runner, I believe that's Elisa Marshall. If she can run a 57, they might break 4.
Yep. She looks like she might be able to, the way she's coming around that curve. We'll see if...
Yeah, Rodney and I are both glancing at the clock here. About 4:01 and change.
Yep.
Little off their best. 4:12-ish for Skyview. 4:17-ish for Battleground. And here comes Union running about 4:24 and change. And that is it for 2 days of track and field coverage here at McKenzie Stadium. Matt Griffin, Rodney Lawrence, thank you so much to the crew, all the field officials. Congratulations to all the athletes. No matter where they placed in the race, you put in a lot of good effort today. Congratulations, Rodney. Thanks for hanging out.
Yep, enjoyed it.
So we will be back next year. We'll see if they shuffle some leagues. I hope they don't. We need more, not less.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
We'll see every year, they shuffle the leagues a little bit in Oregon and Washington. So we'll see where it shakes out. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in, whether on the Evergreen Public Schools YouTube channel or on the channels of TV, etc. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next year.